Pei, my boss, Didi, we always call him Didi in the office, always by first name. He went to Sao Paulo to see the site, and when he returned, he basically gave us a little report about his impressions in Sao Paulo. And so what caught his eye at the street was that most of the buildings at Faria Lima, and actually most of the buildings, also what he saw in Sao Paulo, are basically rectangular blocks along the street. Some are set back, have a little plaza in front of it, some are closer to the street, some are more glassy, some are less, but they're both basically very similar in language. So he said, we have to design something different. I mean, Raphael, he wants a building that stands out as a unique building, not like anything else. So Didi said, we need to do something uniquely different. And so he said, let's start out with something that is catching the eye by geometry, because our office also has this tradition of working with geometries. We always want to have a clear, simple geometry, but it's kind of compelling and unique. And that's how we started out to shape the building. And then the criteria, of course, was also what was given by Raphael. He needed certain size for floor plates, certain number of floors were limited, of course, also. So we had to deal with these and massage the building into the correct shape and size. We needed to have about this 2,000 square meters per floor plate. That's what he needed, also 10 meters for leasing span. So we had certain conditions that are very useful and essential basically for the function of that building. We wanted the joints always work out. If you follow a joint in a building, what we design, normally they don't dead end, they don't have fragmented parts. You normally find complete units, and you basically can follow a line up the building, around the building. It's never just dead ending someplace. So we call this that this building is kind of resolved. There's no open gap. The geometry is kind of complete. We also wanted to have that these joints are matching, that the parts are repetitive, that you don't have too many different pieces and make construction more difficult. And so we had to tilt the angles and see that the units fit, the numbers fit, the proportion fit. And that was a quite difficult exercise to rerun this again and again, and also keeping in mind that the areas have to fit. So whenever we hear like, oh, can you do this? And we say, okay, we can, but we have to run the exercise again.